Hey, English learners! Welcome back to Mr. Daily English Podcast, your warm and friendly place to learn real, natural English through everyday conversations. I'm Amelia.
And I'm Michael. So wonderful to be here with you again today, friends. Amelia, how are you feeling today?
I am feeling absolutely wonderful, Michael, and I think today's topic is something that every single person in the world, regardless of age, culture, or background, struggles with at some point in their life.
That is right, because today we are talking about time management, one of the most important and most discussed topics in modern life, and we are going to explore it through real, natural English conversation, perfect for beginners who want to improve their listening while learning genuinely useful life skills.
Because today's episode is special in two ways. First, it is a genuine English listening practice episode. The conversations are clear, natural, and designed specifically for beginners and intermediate learners. We will speak slowly enough to follow, but naturally enough to sound real.
And second, the topic itself is genuinely valuable, because time management is not just an English topic, it's a life topic. And the phrases and vocabulary we give you today, you will use in real conversations every single day.
We are going to cover what time management really means, the most common time management struggles, real practical strategies that actually work, how to talk about your schedule and priorities in English, and a complete word tour of the most essential time management vocabulary.
By the end of this episode, your English listening will be stronger, your vocabulary will be richer, and your relationship with time might just change completely.
So get comfortable, get your notebook ready, and let us begin.
Let's go. Amelia, let us start from the very beginning, because I think the phrase time management gets used so often that it has almost lost its meaning. What does it actually mean in real life?
Such an important question, because most people think time management means being busy all the time, having a perfectly organized calendar, never wasting a single minute, being incredibly productive every hour of every day.
And that definition, that exhausting, impossible definition, is actually what makes most people fail at time management before they even start.
Exactly, because real time management isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters. It's about making conscious, deliberate choices about where your time goes, rather than letting the day happen to you.
That phrase, letting the day happen to you, is so powerful and so honest, because most people, without even realizing it, live reactively. They respond to whatever comes at them, messages, requests, distractions, interruptions. And at the end of the day, they look back and think, where did all the time go?
And the answer is, it went to everything except what truly mattered.
Real time management changes that. It gives you back the feeling of being in control, of choosing deliberately, of ending your day feeling like you actually lived it rather than just survived it.
And that feeling, that sense of agency and intention, is available to everyone, no matter how busy you are, no matter how many responsibilities you have right now, no matter how chaotic your life feels.
It just requires a shift in perspective and a few practical tools, both of which we are going to give you today.
Now let's build your time management vocabulary toolkit, because to talk about time management naturally in English, you need the right words.
Here are the most essential time management vocabulary words and phrases.
I will read. Planning and organizing vocabulary. Schedule. A plan of when things will be done or happen. Agenda. A list of things to be done or discussed at a particular time. Deadline, the latest time by which something must be completed. Milestone, an important point or stage in the progress of something. Prioritize, to decide which things are most important and deal with them first. Allocate, to give time, money, or resources to a particular purpose. Block out time, to reserve a specific period for a particular activity. Time slot, a specific period reserved for a particular purpose.
I will read. Productivity vocabulary. Productive, achieving a significant amount in a short time. Efficient, achieving maximum results with minimal wasted effort. Focused, giving all your attention to one thing. Multitasking, doing several things at the same time. Single tasking, giving complete attention to one task at a time. Deep work, focused, uninterrupted work on cognitively demanding tasks. Procrastinate, to delay doing something that you should do. Overwhelmed, feeling that there is too much to deal with.
I will read. Common time management expressions. I'm swamped right now, extremely busy. I'm stretched too thin, trying to do too many things at once. I'm burning the candle at both ends, working too hard and getting too little rest. I need to get on top of things, to gain control of a difficult situation. I'm falling behind, not keeping up with what needs to be done. I'm getting back on track, returning to the right path after going off course. I have too much on my plate, too many responsibilities at once. I need to carve out some time, to create time for something important.
That expression, carve out some time, is so naturally beautiful. Like carving something from a block of wood, you are deliberately creating space where none existed before. I need to carve out some time this week for exercise. I want to carve out time this evening to read.
Now let's hear all of this vocabulary in action. Our first full, real conversation. Amelia and Michael are colleagues catching up on a Monday morning. Listen carefully, beginners. The conversation is clear and natural. Try to catch every phrase.
Morning, Amelia. How was your weekend? Did you manage to switch off at all?
Honestly, Michael, not really. I spent most of Sunday trying to catch up on work from last week. I'm completely overwhelmed at the moment. I feel like I have too much on my plate and I can't seem to get on top of things.
I'm sorry to hear that. What's piling up?
Everything, honestly. The end-of-term reports, the parent meetings, the curriculum planning for next term, and my manager has just added a new project on top of all of that.
That sounds like a lot. Are you managing to prioritize it all?
I'm trying, but when everything feels urgent, it's really hard to know where to start. I end up jumping from task to task without finishing anything properly. And by the end of the day, I'm exhausted, but I don't feel like I've actually accomplished anything.
I know that feeling so well. That sense of being busy all day but not being productive. It's one of the most frustrating feelings there is.
Exactly. And I know I need to be more intentional about how I use my time. I never seem to find the space to actually sit down and plan properly.
That's the paradox of time management, isn't it? You need time to plan your time. And when you're stretched too thin, planning feels like a luxury you can't afford.
Perfectly put. That's exactly how it feels.
Can I share something that helped me when I was in a similar situation?
Please, I'll try anything at this point.
I started blocking out 30 minutes at the start of every Monday morning, just for planning, not for doing anything, just for reviewing the week ahead and deciding deliberately what my priorities were. And those 30 minutes completely changed how the rest of my week felt.
30 minutes just for planning?
Just for planning. And it sounds simple, but the difference it made was extraordinary. Because when you have a clear plan, even a rough one, you stop feeling reactive. You stop letting the day happen to you. You start choosing.
I'm going to try that this week, starting today if I can. Carve out the time.
You can carve out the time. You just have to decide it's important enough.
Beautiful conversation. Key phrases to highlight for our beginners. Switch off. To stop thinking about work and relax. Too much on my plate. Too many responsibilities at once. Get on top of things. Gain control of a difficult situation. Piling up. Accumulating. Getting more and more. Jumping from task to task. Moving between tasks without finishing them. Stretched too thin. Trying to do too many things at once. Letting the day happen to you. living reactively without conscious choice. Carve out the time. Deliberately create space for something important. Amelia, let us talk about the most common time management mistakes, because understanding what goes wrong is the first step toward making things right.
And these mistakes are so universal. I think every single person listening today will recognize themselves in at least one of these. Mistake number 1, confusing being busy with being productive.
This is the most common mistake of all. Being busy means your time is occupied. Being productive means your time is producing results, and these two things are not the same.
You can be busy all day, answering emails, attending meetings, responding to messages, and be completely unproductive because none of those activities moved you closer to what actually matters most.
The question to ask yourself at the end of every day is not, was I busy? It is, did I do what mattered most today?
Mistake number 2, not saying no.
Every time you say yes to something, you are implicitly saying no to something else. Your time is finite, and every commitment you make takes time from something else.
Most people say yes too easily because saying no feels uncomfortable. It feels selfish. It feels like letting people down. But the inability to say no is one of the most common causes of overwhelm and burnout.
Learning to say no gracefully, kindly, but firmly is one of the most important time management skills you can develop.
Mistake number 3, underestimating how long things take.
We are all chronically optimistic about time. We think a task will take 30 minutes and it takes 2 hours. We plan to finish something by Tuesday and it is still not done by Friday.
And this constant underestimation creates a perpetual feeling of being behind, of falling short, of never quite catching up.
The fix is simple but requires discipline. Add 50% to every time estimate you make. If you think something will take 1 hour, allow 1.5. If you think it will take a day, plan for a day and a half.
And build buffer time into your schedule. Empty spaces between commitments where life can happen, where the unexpected can be absorbed, where you can breathe.
Mistake number 4, trying to do everything yourself.
Delegation is one of the most underused time management tools available, but many people resist it because they believe they can do it better themselves, or because they feel guilty asking for help, or because explaining takes longer than just doing it.
And in the short term, those feelings are often true, but in the long term, trying to do everything yourself is completely unsustainable, and it limits not just your time, but your growth.
Now, a second real natural conversation. This time, Amelia and Michael are discussing how to plan a week effectively. Listen for all the time management vocabulary from earlier in the episode.
Michael, I took your advice. I blocked out 30 minutes this morning just for planning, and I want to show you what I came up with.
Oh, I love that. Let us see. Okay, so you have listed everything you need to do this week. That's a long list.
I know, it's a bit overwhelming seeing it all written out, but at least it's out of my head now.
That's the first victory, actually. Getting everything out of your head and onto paper removes so much of that background anxiety. Your brain stops trying to hold everything at once.
That's exactly how it felt, immediately lighter. Now the question is what to actually do with this list.
Okay, so I use a simple method. I look at everything on the list and I ask one question. If I could only complete one thing this week, what would make the biggest difference? What is the highest priority?
That's a powerful question. For me, it would be finishing the end-of-term reports. Everything else can wait if necessary, but those have a hard deadline.
Perfect. So that goes at the top. That's your number one priority this week, and you protect the time for it. You allocate specific slots, and you guard them.
And the rest?
Everything else gets ranked in order of importance and urgency. Some things are both important and urgent. Do those next. Some things are important but not urgent. Schedule them for later. And some things feel urgent but aren't actually important. Those are where your time goes without producing results.
That's such a clear way to think about it. I've heard of the urgent versus important matrix, but I've never really applied it.
It sounds complicated, but in practice, it's incredibly simple. And once you start seeing your tasks through that lens, your whole relationship to your to-do list changes.
I feel more in control already just having this conversation. Is it really this straightforward?
The concept is straightforward. The practice takes discipline. But yes, at its core, effective time management is really just about being honest with yourself about what matters most, and then protecting the time to do it.
Being honest with yourself about what matters most. I think that's the real challenge, isn't it? Because what matters most is not always what feels most urgent.
That's the most important insight in all of time management, Amelia. You just said it perfectly.
Let's highlight the key phrases from that conversation. Getting everything out of your head, writing down all tasks to clear mental space, background anxiety, a constant low-level worry that operates beneath the surface, hard deadline, a deadline that absolutely cannot be moved or extended, protect the time, to deliberately guard a time slot from interruptions, urgent versus important matrix, a tool for categorizing tasks by urgency and importance. Through that lens, using a particular perspective or framework, your relationship with your to-do list, how you think about and feel about your tasks.
Now, let's give everyone practical phrases for talking about their schedule and time in natural English, because you'll use these in conversations every single day.
Here are essential phrases for talking about your schedule.
Saying you're busy. I have a really packed week ahead. My schedule is completely full until Thursday. I'm juggling a lot of things right now. It's been a really hectic few days. I barely have a moment to breathe at the moment.
Saying you have time. I have a window on Wednesday afternoon. I'm free from 2 o'clock. I have some breathing room this afternoon. Thursday looks clear for me. Would that work? I've carved out some time on Friday morning.
Talking about priorities. My main focus this week is finishing the report. I'm prioritizing right now. Everything else is on the back burner for now. I'm putting this at the top of my list. That's my #1 priority at the moment.
Talking about deadlines. The deadline is end of business Friday. I need to have this done by this at the latest. We're working against a tight deadline here. I have a hard deadline on Thursday, no flexibility. Could we push the deadline back by a few days?
That phrase, on the back burner, is so natural. It comes from cooking. The back burner of a stove is for things that need to simmer slowly in the background. And in everyday English, something on the back burner is something you're not actively working on right now, but haven't forgotten about.
Now our final real conversation, and this one is the most personal. Amelia and Michael are talking honestly about something that goes beyond productivity, the balance between doing and being, between work and life, between efficiency and enjoyment.
Amelia, can I ask you something honest? Do you ever feel like, even when you're managing your time well, something still feels off? Like you're ticking boxes, but not really living?
Oh, Michael, yes, absolutely yes. And I think this is the conversation about time management that most productivity books never have.
What do you mean?
I mean, most time management advice is about doing more, being more efficient, squeezing more productivity out of every hour. And while those things have their place, they can become their own kind of trap.
A trap?
The trap of optimizing your life so completely that there is no room left for the unplanned, the spontaneous, the beautiful, unexpected things that cannot be scheduled.
The serendipitous moments.
Exactly. Some of the most important moments in my life, the conversations that changed something in me, the experiences that I still think about years later, none of them were in my calendar. They happened in the spaces between the planned things.
That is such a profound observation, and I think it points to something really important about what time management is ultimately for.
Which is?
Not maximum productivity, but a good life. A life where you feel present and intentional, not just efficient, where you have time for the people and experiences that matter most, where you end your days feeling full, not just finished.
Full, not just finished. I love that. That is the real goal, isn't it?
I think so, and I think the best time management is the kind that creates space, not just for work, but for everything that makes the work worth doing.
For rest, for connection, for creativity, for the things that feed your soul rather than just your productivity score.
Exactly. Your schedule should serve your life, not the other way around.
Your schedule should serve your life. Michael, that might be the most important thing said on this entire podcast today.
Write that down, everyone, because it is the foundation of everything. Before we finish, let us collect the most powerful time management phrases from today.
Carve out time. To deliberately create or reserve time for something important. Example, I need to carve out some time this week for exercise. It keeps getting pushed aside.
On the back burner, something temporarily set aside but not forgotten, to be dealt with later. Example, the new project is on the back burner for now. The deadline is not until next month.
Hard deadline. A deadline that absolutely cannot be extended or moved. Example, I have a hard deadline on Friday. I cannot push it back no matter what.
Stretched too thin, trying to do too many things at once and not doing any of them well. Example, I realized I was completely stretched too thin. I had to let go of 2 commitments.
Buffer time. Empty time deliberately left in your schedule to absorb the unexpected. Example, I always build buffer time between meetings. Things never end exactly on schedule.
Serendipitous, happening by lucky chance, pleasantly surprising and unexpected. Example, the best moments in life are often serendipitous. They cannot be planned or scheduled.
Full, not just finished. Ending your day feeling emotionally satisfied, not just having completed tasks. Example, the goal of good time management is to feel full at the end of the day, not just finished.
And that's everything for today's wonderful episode of Mr. Daily English Podcast.
Today, we covered what time management really means, essential time management vocabulary, 3 full, real, natural conversations, the most common time management mistakes, how to talk about your schedule in English, and the deeper truth about what time management is ultimately for.
Now, before you go, we have a challenge for you. Comment below right now and tell us, in English, what is your biggest time management struggle? What is always on your back burner? What do you wish you had more time for?
Write it in English, even just 1 sentence, because practicing English in real, personal contexts, writing about something that genuinely matters to you, is one of the most powerful things you can do for your language development.
We read every single comment and we'll be there waiting to hear from you.
And if today's episode helped you, if it improved your English listening even a little, or gave you one idea that will change how you use your time, please give this video a big like right now.
That one tap helps this podcast reach thousands more English learners who need this exactly today. So please tap that like button right now.
And please share this episode with a friend who is learning English or a friend who is struggling with time management, because today's episode genuinely serves both.
If you're not subscribed yet, please hit that red subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell, because every single week we bring you brand new real English conversations just like today.
And next day, we have something really exciting coming. We are going to teach you how to talk about your health and well-being in natural English. Everything from describing how you feel, to talking about healthy habits, to having honest conversations about mental health.
That's one episode you absolutely cannot miss. So subscribe now, turn on the bell, and we'll see you there.
Until then, take good care of yourself.
Carve out some time for what matters most.
Build some buffer into your days.
And remember, your schedule should serve your life.
Not the other way around.
Use your time well, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Make every minute count, especially the unplanned ones.
See you next day.